Hello there. In the following video, we will start working with Firebase so we can later on connect it to the Vue app. This part of the tutorial will probably take some time, so we will divide it in some parts. So let's get into it really fast and get ready to work with the Vue Firebase system. So first of all, we will log in, or at least try to start our own Firebase account. Okay, generally the Firebase account may be linked to our Gmail account. So if we have a Gmail account, it will be enough for us to work in Firebase. If you don't have a Gmail account, or you want to create your own new Gmail, your own new Firebase account, you should create a new account. Yeah, in this case for me, in which I, for example, manage I can manage the Firebase. Okay, so I'm going to create one which is called, I don't know, first name Jonathan, sorry, last name university, and I call it Jonathan .ucjc. Okay, and I'm gonna put some kind of a okay. Next, yeah, I want to save it. I'm not gonna put a phone right now. I hope it's optional. Well, it's forcing me to put the date. Today's date I cannot put it. 01 2000. Let's put 2000. I think it's enough. That's it. Great. Perfect. Blah 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 blah. I accept. And we create a Gmail account or a Google account, which we'll be able to use in different sections of the Google service. Let's remember, Firebase is a Google service and it works on Google, so we have to have an account. If you already have an account, you don't have to do this part. You just sign in with your Google account. Automatically, we will have access to the Firebase services. So let's get started. I'm gonna stretch it a bit so you see it better. Well, in this case, they put me some examples in German. No idea why. This is weird. Sorry. One side it says in Spanish, and the other side it says in German. I'm a bit lost. Let me try to refresh it. It's a bit weird. I won't deny you this. I know this is Italian. Okay. Manage account. Maybe I can. Okay, so it's in Spanish. I will change it. Just give me a second to change it to maybe English, so we can finally start working on it. Just trying to find the place where I can change it to English. Sorry. There. Okay, we got it. Well, at least you learn how to do that. Okay, if you don't want to have this problem, you don't want to see all these, you can jump further. Okay, later on I want to add, for my own sake, some kind of a secondary email, mainly because I want to be able to recover this thing just in case. Okay, for example, I will add later on a recovery email. So let's refresh this, and maybe now it will show it in English. Yeah, great. So what we will do is create a project. Let's call it Vue Firebase tutorial, and I agree to the Firebase terms and continue. Well, let's set up some Google Analytics. It's not the end of the world. Let's leave it, my location, let's leave it in the United States, even though in your case you can put your location, because it's very important to put your right location, because it will be closer. It's important, well, you can leave this on to ensure that the speed of connection between the users and your server side, it's important that it is closer as possible to your users. So if your users are on a global scale, it really won't matter. But if your users are directed for a certain place, well, it will matter. It's important to ensure you're choosing the right one. Okay. Meanwhile, we can wait. I will put here the. I'm dividing meanwhile. There, we can continue, and we have our Firebase, project. Okay, so now I will explain quickly what it means each one of the elements here. Okay, first of all, we will see that in the left we'll find develop section, quality section, analytics section, and growth section. Okay, we were going to now concentrate on the develop section, because we will connect our Firebase backside to our Vue front side. Later on, we will maybe look at the different sections: analytics, quality, and the way to grow. The good thing with all this is that it's the service that Firebase is giving us is very, very complete and powerful, and it's very attractive to work with and create our own projects. Okay, so what we will see from what we'll work on now, we will have to first look into different configuration in our project, so we can connect to the website, to our Vue Firebase, to our Vue website. Okay, to do that, we will see here an option to add apps of different technologies, even Unity now. It's very nice. Later on, we'll see other things here, but the important thing right now is to configure the connection between the Firebase and our website. What we'll choose is the website here, the option here, which is to register a web app. Okay, and we will call it again Vue app. Okay, call it that. Also set up Firebase hosting for this app. If we do this, it's very important, because later on we may want to use the hosting that they offer us to upload our web page. I recommend you already to activate this option, because if you don't do it now, we may need to do it later. Okay, so now we already created also the hosting section to upload the web page when we want to, and they're giving us some configurations to define a standard Firebase connection to a standard web page, not Vue. This is a standard one. Okay, if we want to do it for Vue, we have to look at different options. We're gonna leave it right now like this. We're not going to install the things right now. We're gonna leave this for the future. We have the hosting system ready, and I remind you that just in case you forget something or you're a bit lost, you can always press here to Google Docs, and it will take you to all the documentation, which is extremely detailed, and you can go into API references or code labs. Both are great. API references is a very good place to look at and see some explanations. In this case, it has very well. Sorry, you don't have to choose API references. You have to choose Get Started Web for web. Okay, that's the section you have to choose. I'm gonna close this one. And here, yes, you're gonna find all explanation on how to add the different elements with different the different configuration sections, so we can complete different things. For example, the Get Started, then you can go into authentication and choose here web, and then it will explain to you what you have to do to create the authentication. We will get there. Okay. First of all, it's with this, when you create the project, with the project created, by the way, once you refresh here, you will see your project here in the list and you can choose it. Okay, here, that's the previous. So with the project created, we registered here as a web app, we are ready. Yes, it's very important to have this at hand because then we will need this to start connecting our things to the Vue system. Okay, as I mentioned before, we are not going to use the configuration they give us here. We are going to use something that is called the Vue Fire component. Vue Fire is a project in GitHub which is extremely used by many to connect our Vue web page to the Firebase. We will do this in the following part of the tutorial.